welcome back to the channel and welcome to this Verasity update. Many of you have been asking me to cover Verasity, so finally I decided to go into study mode. I started this price section that you see right here, and I can tell you that I bring you good news from that study, which I did, right? So before we get into the TA, I just want to remind you that we're going to be doing a giveaway on the 1st of January 2024 of 100,000 Jasmine tokens. So 3 lucky winners, meaning each winner will be walking away with something like 33,000 Jasmine tokens. And according to the TA that we did, even in the worst case scenario of Jasmine reaching something like 26 cents, that would actually turn out to be something like $8.5 thousand in the future, right? So if you don't want to miss on that potential $8.5 thousand, all you have to do is make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you've commented at least once in any of my videos right there, right? We are collecting those names and we're going to be using them in a live draw on the 1st of January 2024, right? As I said already, it's going to be a live stream, so everybody's going to be witnessing to see who actually is going to be walking away with those tokens, right? Also, if you're interested in trader alerts, make sure that you check out my page right here. The link will be down there, and you can see, for example, this trade that we took like a few hours back there, it's already reaping in something like 25%, right? So if you're interested, check that out. But let's quickly get back into the price set, and you can see here we've got the Verasity price set on top here, and then down below here we've got a structure that we are comparing that same price section, right? So this is the KuCoin token, obviously, and you can see we have striking similarities, right? To take a look at it from the very top here. From the top, you can see the same kind of price section here, just bouncing, but making sure that you are going to the downside, right? And then you capitulate right here. You also see the same capitulation right here. And then that same kind of price section you see here is also the same kind of price section that you see right here, right? And then eventually you capitulate further, going like in a curved structure here. You see the same thing that happens right here. And then you get to a point where you eventually let go and then you make your low rises. So you can see that we have those similarities. Even the rise was the same thing right here, getting back above that resistance level, getting back above that resistance level. And then what I eventually noticed was that you had this ABC correction here. This was obviously prolonged. It was really, really long. But then again, it's basically the same thing that is happening, although it's taking a long time. So what eventually happened here with the KuCoin token is that after exceeding this B wave that you see right here, it was off to the races, right? This is the moment that this thing was flying into oblivion, right? And you can see that if you want to grab your favorite assessment too, from the very top of that structure to the bottom here, you can see the KuCoin hitting something like the 1.618 fib extension level, right? That's something that is really, really good. If you would come back to Verasity, which we have already established that it has the same structure here, and apply the same rules of grabbing your favorite retracement too, here you can see that that 1.618 fib retracement level is lying at something like 13 cents for Verasity, which is a price again that I think is really, really possible and almost very easy for a coin like this one, really, because the market cap is really, really small. And it doesn't take a lot of money to just build momentum on this thing. So there is currently a market cap of something like $73 million. I'm telling you that, going to the 18.5 cents is really, really gonna be easy for this thing, right? So, if you are here from where we are right now and try to measure, like in terms of multiples, how high that is gonna be, right? So 13 cents, 13.5 cents, that's something like, we are looking at something like an 18x or something like that. Tell me, is 18x really a bad return? I don't think so. I happen to think that it's really, really amazing. But what if I told you that there actually is another structure that actually has got much better striking similarities, right? Here, obviously, this one is like super bullish in the longer term, but it's also kind of like very bearish in the immediate short term. So let's not waste time and quickly show you that. So the price that I'm talking about is the XRP price, and you can see that here, if you want to go ahead and adjust this Verasity price right here to meet this part here. So we are taking a look at the comparison from this point right here up until this point. You can see that, yeah, they are very striking similarities, right? You're very, very close. You can see this same price section of going to the downside, and then you kept the upside. Obviously, you have the same thing right here, and then you continue your curve to the downside right here. You have the same thing before that massive capitulation that happened right here. And you can see also the bounce. You can also see the bounce here with Verasity, and then that ABC correction that we were already talking about. ABC correction here, ABC correction. But notice what happens here. This is where I was saying that this chart may actually be very, very bullish in the long run, but then again, in the immediate short term, it may actually be spelling a little bit of a problem right here, right? And I'm going to explain why that actually may be something that is very good for somebody who is looking to get in right now, right? So take a look at what happened right here after the ABC correction was corrected. You see this rally to the upside here. Look at what is happening here with Verasity. You have the exact same thing, and you also have got this sharp pullback as well, which was happening back then with XRP, right? You see, you continue to the upside like this, at a higher high compared to that high compared to that, and then it gets a little bit sloppy in here. So this is the exact moment where we are with the Verasity price chart, right? And as I said already, there is actually a possibility that we may see this price crashing to the downside, something like 40%. But as I said already, that's not the end of the story. There is amazing gains that are supposed to come right after that if we are to continue following this structure right here. So I'm going to show you that obviously with Fib retracement tools once again. And if you want to grab your Fib retracement tool from the very top right here of the structure to the bottom of the structure, take a look at what XRP eventually did right here. It even exceeded the 4.236 Fib extension level right there, going like way higher than that, right? You have the same thing happening here with Verasity from the very top of the structure to the very bottom of the structure here, and take a look at where you are going with that. You are coming back to something like, you know what, at 18 point something cents. So that is your 18x that you can actually get from two different prices, right? So that's the same price again that we were getting, even with that chart that I was showing you from KuCoin. But then again, there is something that you can do. You can play around with this Fib retracement level, right? You're saying that, you know what, you can see that this was not the end, obviously, right? It continued, but how would you have picked this top right here? And then you also have to adjust your, you know, Fib retracement tool to say, okay, not starting there. It will actually be starting on the top of the structure right there. And you can see that you pinpoint that 4.236 Fib extension level, right? Coming back to the Verasity price set, applying the same rule here, you can actually see that Verasity will probably be headed to something like here, you know, 49 cents. They're about 50 cents basically. So that will be a huge run in my own opinion, ripping up something like 65x, right? But for me, I mean, even that 18x that I was talking about from both the KuCoin price set as well as the XRP price set, that's good enough for me. I mean, if this is to come, it's obviously a bonus. It's something that is really amazing and always welcome. But I mean, just to be conservative, we are looking at that something like 18.6 cents thereabout, right? So that's pretty much it for me today. I'll be updating you time and again on this specific price set, right? But obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.